Namaste, this is Arjun Gupta from St. Joseph Degree College. In this session, we are supposed to discuss regarding to the role of commercial banks in economic development. Now, first of all, let us see what does a commercial bank mean. Commercial bank may also refer to a bank or a division of large bank, which more specifically deals with deposit and loan services provided to corporations or large-sized business. A commercial bank is a type of financial institution that provides services such as accepting deposits, advancing business loans, credit creation, agency functions, and offering basic investment products. They usually advance short term loans to customers. Some of the commercial banks in India are Andhra Bank, Canara Bank, Indian Bank, SBI, etc. Commercial banks, which dominate this industry, offer a full range of services for individuals, business, and governments. These banks exist in a wide range of sizes from large global banks to regional and community banks. Global banks are involved in international lending and foreign currency trading, in addition to the more typical banking services. Regional banks have numerous branches and automated teller machine locations throughout a multi-state area that provide banking services to individuals. Banks have become more oriented towards marketing and sales. As a result, employees need to know about all types of products and services offered by banks. Community banks are based locally and offer more personal attention, which many individuals and small business prefer. In recent years, online banks, which provide all services entirely over the internet, have entered the market with some success. However, many traditional banks have also expanded to offer online banking and some formerly internet only banks. Saving bank and savings and loan associations, sometimes called thrift institutions, the second largest group of depository institutions. They were first established as community based institutions to finance mortgages for people to buy homes and still cater mostly to the savings and lending needs of individuals. Credit unions are another kind of depository institutions. Most credit unions are formed by people with a common bond, such as those who work for the same company or belonging to the same labor union or church. Members pool their savings, and when they need money, they may borrow from the credit union, often at a lower interest rate rather than that demanded by other financial institutions. Commercial banks play an important role in the process of economic development. Now, let us see one by one in what manner commercial banks play a key role. Capital accumulation or formation. Capital formation refers to the increase in the existing stock of capital goods in an economy. Commercial banks remove the capital deficiency by encouraging saving and investment. Mobilization of savings. There operates vicious circle of poverty in developing countries like India. So savings remain at the lowest level. Savings of people are very low due to international demonstration effect in India. Banks are playing important role in the mobilization of saving by introducing a variety of saving schemes, availability of funds. An additional role of banks is very more availability of funds. Poor population has poor resources for economic development. The activities like inventions and innovations, research and development, and initiatives are impossible due to insufficiency of funds in these countries. Banks remove the deficiency of capital by providing different types of funds that leads to economic development. Next, attaining self-sufficiency. A major problem faced by the developing countries is burden of foreign debts and dependence on other countries. Commercial banks provide incentive for the entrepreneurs to take risk and to use idle resources for more and better production. So, banks are helpful in attaining self-sufficiency. Next, implementation of modern technology. Economic development without use of advanced and the most up-to-date technology is impossible. Almost in all the economy sectors, backward techniques of productions are used due to poverty. Commercial banks provide more funds to people to make it possible to use the modern techniques of production. Due to implementation of modern technology, there is increase in production level, decrease in cost and saving in time. Now, development of agriculture sector. All the regions and all the sectors of economy are not equally efficient and developed. There is a great need to develop the backward regions and sectors for the economic development. Rural areas and agriculture sector are still backward in some countries. Banks are playing an important role in the development of rural and agricultural sector. Next, development of industrial sector. Industrial sector is the backbone of economies in rich nations. Commercial banks provide different types of loans for development of industrial sector. Some of special industrial development commercial banks like IDBI, ICICI, etc. are providing their remarkable services for the development of industrial sector. Next, expansion of market. Commercial banks help in expansion of market. They help in the formation of sound economic infrastructure in order to raise living standard and to expand trade and commerce of an economy. Commercial banks cause development of industrial as well as agriculture sector. Accordingly, there is expansion of market that results in economic development. Next, research and development. Commercial banks sometimes provide finances for research and development, which leads to inventions and innovations. Many countries are operating by the loan provided by the banks. Modern techniques are developed and these are applied to economy in research institutes. By the use of modern techniques of production, better quality and more quantity is provided, which leads to improvement in the living standard of population. Essential for foreign trade. Foreign trade is one of the most important needs of all the countries of the world. Today, international trade without involving banks is difficult. International trade is necessary for the economic development. Next, remove budget deficits. Commercial banks are very helpful for the government. Nowadays, the government has to face the budget deficit because of increased expenditure and falling revenues. In this situation, government has to resort to deficit financing to meet the budget deficits. To cover the gap between the expenditure and revenue, government borrows from the banks. As a result, the development process can be started through borrowed money from the banks. Next, optimum utilization of resources. Commercial banks help in just and optimum allocation of resources. Some mega projects cannot be started due to lack of capital. Commercial banks provide loans and solve the problem of deficiency of capital. Due to use of resources in an economy, there is an increase in production, income and employment, etc. Next, surplus in balance of payment. Developing countries are facing the problem of deficit in their balance of payment. Commercial banks are helpful to overcome this problem. With the help of commercial banks, a country can improve its economy and can attain self-sufficiency. All these cases in favorable balance of trade. So banks are helpful for achieving surplus in balance of payment. Next, creators and distributors of money. Creation of money and distribution of money are the two main objectives of commercial banks. Commercial banks move the finances towards the productive users. There are a lot of problems in the way of economic development like inflation, deflation, low investment, and savings. All these problems are possible to be removed through creation and distribution of money by commercial banks. So, fluctuation in the supply of money can attain economic development. Next, provision of valuable services. The commercial banks are providing a lot of valuable services for the economic development. Some of the important services like the use of credit instruments, checks, drafts, and bills of exchanges, banks have reduced the use of currency at the lowest cost and in the safest manner. Banks serve as business and commercial agents of their customers. They provide locker facility, they accept various utility bills, and banks advance loans for education in foreign countries also. Finally, in this regard, banks will provide modern facilities like PC and internet banking. PC banking available to all customers. ATM and online facilities and balance ready cash, etc. Mobile banking and call centers, smart cards, debit card, DD issuance, statement enquiry, and credit card. This is the role played by commercial in the economic development of country. Students, in this session, we have learned regarding to the role of commercial bank in the economic development. I hope you have enjoyed the session a lot and thanks for watching the video. Thank you.